PTC. No problem. I will provide you. We'll see that even you don't have basics knowledge of SQL commands, basically like working with select, update, delete, some basic knowledge is required for us. Even we don't have basic knowledge, no problem. I will take a separate session on SQL basics on weekends, so that who don't know SQL basics, you can attend. Okay, right. Basically, as part of this course, will provide you SQL basics, will provide you freely. No need to worry. As well as we need some Windows Server knowledge is required for us as part of this program. That Windows Server basics also we'll discuss as freely along with our course. Right. So let's say we'll start our class. At the last, if any queries are there, any simple doubts are there, so we'll try to discuss those doubts. No need to worry. So generally, I will provide you recorded session, okay, daily recorded class, as well as module wise or each chapter wise. So I will provide you soft copy material, notes I will provide you. Actually, I have written book on SQL Server administration. Same book chapters I will provide you as part of soft copy material. As well as I will provide you lab material also, step-by-step examples are there in the lab material, means how you can practice step by step. So basically, remember, we are recording the class, right? There itself you can see how to configure the features, how to practice. Along with that, I will provide you separate material also, so that we can practice separately. Is it total free? Means account. Madhu is asking. Total free means I can't understand. SQL basics classes are free along with our course. Yeah, our course is SQL Server Administration or SQL Server DBA. Okay, so along with our course, whatever the SQL basics are required for us, 4 to 5 hours class, I will take freely along with our course. Yeah, total course is not free. So along with SQL Server DBA course, SQL basics and Windows basics are free. Okay, right. Right. Let's say we'll start our class. Right. So as part of today's class, we'll see like SQL Server basics. We'll see how we are working as a DBA, SQL Server database administrator. Okay. And what are our major responsibilities are there? So what are our daily activities are there as a DBA? We'll discuss here as part of this course, as part of today's class. At the last, we'll discuss all the questions. My name is Mr. Karim Sayed. I have very good experience in SQL Server. Almost all, I have 18 plus years experience. So I will try to make you the total concepts comfortable, and you can start working also tomorrow as a SQL Server DBA. Once you practice well, you can start working as a SQL Server DBA with 3 to 4 years experience. Means up to that extent, we'll try to discuss here as part of our course. Okay, right. Right. So, generally, so we will continue. Generally, we know already, like as part of our basic knowledge, every application has two parts. Just I'm going from scratch. If any people has already some knowledge, just it is refreshment for you. So very scratch, I'm going from very scratch. Okay, right. So check here, like every application has two parts mainly. One is here like yeah, front end part is a front end part and a back end part generally, right? Front end and back end part. Just remember this front end part is nothing but application part through which the users are working, or user interface part, right? For example, if I open some web application or if I open some mobile application, so as a normal users here, I will go to Amazon.in, Flipkart, or HDFCbank.com. We can start working, right? As a normal user. Means after opening the website, we'll make some transactions, right? That website which we can see is called your front end part or user interface part. Okay, so but whatever the transactions will make through the website, means let's say we are placing some order, we are checking our orders. Okay, okay, whatever the transactions will make, those transactions are stored permanently in the backend part, nothing but our database part. Suppose here previously our client was there. One of our client was there, here CIBC, one of a client from Canada, actually one of a bank in Canada. They have so many products are there. Just I'm trying to make you, just I'm pulling you in my track so that I can go easily later. Check it, this is our user interface part, right? Front end part. But what are the changes we'll make here? Let's say you are trying to register, for example. So while registering, whatever the data we are going to enter here, right? While making registration, so whatever the data will enter here, these details, these details are stored permanently in the backend. It is audible, right? Hello, hello. Okay, okay. Thank you, Madhu. Right, right. We'll continue the session. Just we are discussing here uh, just we have started with just some introduction part. Okay, right. So, what is front end and back end part we are discussing here? Front end part is user interface part through which we are working. Our users are working. So, with the help of front end parts here, our users are working. End users are working. Let's say we have just have shown you as part of front end part, some website is there or some app is there, it comes under what front end part. But whenever we make some transactions here, for example, if I say sign in, immediately remember, as a end user, my request is submitted to application server or web server where our website is there. From this web server will submit that username password to the database server, which is our SQL server. Okay, in the back end. In the middle, some other servers may be there, just remember. So now from here, from application server, request is submitted to our backend server, database server. Here the database server or SQL server will verify whether username password is correct or not. Okay, SQL server will verify whether the username and password is correct or not. After verifying the username password, then it send the result back to the application server or web server. Okay, the username password is correct or not. So depends on that response, it will send the response back to the user. Okay, so login success, login fail, that response is sent to the user now, right? So that is application front end part and back end part is there. Okay, just we have to understand front end part is nothing but the website part where our application team is working, like which is developed by application team, like .NET team, Java team, PHP team. Okay, so like Android or iOS, these teams are developing the front end part, right? So after developing the front end part, we are going as administrator. Remember, we are handling this database part. We are handling backend part. We are handling as a DBA. First point we have to understand here, as a SQL Server DBA or it may be Oracle DBA, any DBA, our job is what? Our job is to handle the backend part or database part. It is clear, right? So backend part we are going to handle, or database part we are going to handle, which is very, very important for us, right? Why? Because data is important. Even the front end part is damaged, no problem. We can copy paste from the software. Whereas if backend part is damaged, if the databases are corrupted or if the database is damaged, then problem is there, right? That is the reason we have to understand, as a DBA, we are handling the backend part, which is our database part. Okay, right. So actually remember, as a in the backend part, what we are going to perform here as a database admin, what we need to perform. Just a summary I am showing. So I'm not going in detail. Just remember, uh, first point in that, as a database admin DBA. So we are going to handle database backend part. We are handling first point. So as this backend part maintenance means Means remember, server and database maintenance is our job. Just remember, permanently data is there in the form of databases, one or more databases. Those databases we have to maintain. Server means SQL server, or it may be any RDBMS server. Server and database maintenance is our job. Just remember, we are not writing any programs, we are not writing any scripts, anything. We are maintenance people. Okay, so tomorrow if some recession is there, some issue is there with the client may not start new developments, right? But this database maintenance is compulsory for us. In the back end, we have to maintain the databases compulsory, even like business is working or not working for the client. Maintenance people are compulsory. We have to understand, right? Once you enter in the industry, once you work for 6 months, then it becomes easy job for us to work as a database administrator. Almost all 80% same issues are repeated. 80%, maybe 15 to 20% some new issues may be there, we can troubleshoot easily. So first point we have to understand, as a SQL Server DBA, our job is to handle the backend part. So the SQL Server or server and is collection of databases. Collection of databases and database server we have to maintain. Second point. I think it is clear. I think all the people are following my discussion, what I am discussing here. If any simple queries are there, feel free to write the queries in the message option is there, chat option is there with us. If any simple doubts are there, we have to write immediately. So along with having very good experience, I have like a very good, yeah, patience also. Means if anything is there, I can try to answer immediately. Simple doubts are there, you can ask me at any time. But use the chat option is better for us. Why? Because I'm recording the session to avoid some disturbance. Right, right. Check here, like our regular activities are there, sir. Our regular activities are there, monitoring the server and databases here. Right, tomorrow once you enter in the organization, let's say you are going to work in Wipro tomorrow. For Wipro, we have one client is there, uh, Citibank, for example, Citibank, right? So once you enter in the organization, just 1 second, some disturbance is there. Yeah, can't put you in mute. Some disturbance is there, background noise. If any queries are there, please use the chart panel. That is better. Okay. Right. Right. Yes. Uh, yeah. That is like yeah. As part of database administration, our job is what? Monitoring the servers and databases. Daily we have to monitor. So how the databases are growing in the background. So any errors are there or not, what is the CPU utilization, what is memory utilization. So any slow running queries are there or not in the server. Those things here we have to monitor regularly. Okay, so regularly we have to monitor. One question is there. Yes, yes. Yeah, you can, yeah, uh, you can hear me, right? Right, right. Thank you. Yes, just we have started the session, our SQL Server database administration. Okay, so we'll see. I'm recording the session also. Once after session, you can go through one time. At the end of the session, we'll talk about if any queries are there. Okay, I will show you our course content. I will show you if you have not received from our team, right? Okay, so as well as uh, if any simple doubts are there, I will try to clarify those doubts. Okay, already have said daily recordings I will share you as part of our course, plus notes are these PPTs what I am showing. That notes I will share to you. Notes I will share you. Okay, so as well as I will share you the lab material also, step by step lab material also I will share you. So maybe I will make our office people, they will provide you some number at any time. You can send the doubts to that number, WhatsApp number. So whenever I am free, I will send the answers, or before starting daily session, before starting I will take 5 minutes time. If any queries are there, any doubts are there, you can ask me daily. Okay, right, right. Just I'm discussing what is the purpose of DBA in the industry. As a database administrator, where we are working, which part we are handling. Just we have started this discussion. Okay, right. So as a database administrator, remember, like even you can work as a fresher also, as a DBA fresher. Okay, or you can work as experience also. Okay, both the options are available, especially due to this current scenario. We have good jobs for freshers also. You can browse the websites, as well as you can work, you can go as a experience developer. Already have said, as part of our course, try to discuss our concepts so that you can work easily with 3+ years experience. Okay, as a 3+ experience professional, you can work easily in the organization. Right, right. Just here we are discussing monitoring. What are our major responsibilities are there as a DBA? We are discussing monitoring the servers and databases is one of our major responsibility. Monitoring the servers and databases. Troubleshooting here. Troubleshooting means if any issues are there, we have to troubleshoot those problems, like performance issues, okay, connectivity issues, downtime issues, okay, all those issues we have to handle. Right. So that's why remember, like we have to understand very clearly, monitoring and troubleshooting is our job. Okay. As a DBA, we are not programmers, we are not developers. Our job is daily we have to monitor the servers. If any problem is there, problems means like performance issues, connectivity issues, downtime issues, those problems we have to troubleshoot. Okay. Right, right. That is like if, we have to understand monitoring and troubleshooting is our job. That's why to troubleshoot the problems, we should have very good knowledge is required for us. In-depth knowledge is required for us for troubleshooting. Then next one, sir, like we have to check all the backups are working or not. Backups are there, sir, to provide security for data. We have to will schedule the backups. Once again, remember 80% activities we are scheduling. Means what? No need to wake up exactly morning 3 o'clock. No need to take backup. Okay. So I will write the backup command. I will set some time. According to that time, backups are generated automatically. Understood, right? So 80% tasks we can schedule. If anything happen, let's say yesterday night backup fail, we have to handle that issue. We have to troubleshoot that problem. Then say like We have to check if any security issues are there. We have to handle high availability and disaster recovery. HA and DR. High availability means, remember, we can maintain the standby servers. Why? Because tomorrow if production server is down, server 1 is down, right? So to make the applications or users to continue working, what we can do, we can maintain the standby servers we can maintain, so that even the production server is down due to any reason, okay, so immediately applications can connect to standby servers. That feature, maintaining standby servers, yields your high availability. High availability means what? We can maintain the standby servers. Right. Yeah, one question is there. Uh, mm, One question is there, is it DBA job for correcting code SSRS and SSIS or helping to developers after migrating if some object got invalid due to SSIS package? So basically remember, like SSIS, SSRS package migrations are done by our MSBI team, Microsoft Business Intelligence team. But these packages, whenever they are scheduling these packages, whenever they are scheduling the reports, remember those schedules are in the background, they are done by our SQL Server agent services. There, we can ask them to, if any issues are there, means if schedules are not working after migrating, if like that means what, that automated schedules, if they are not working, then we can handle this problem if scheduling is not working. If migration fail, okay, those that is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is only database migrations, okay. SSIS, SSRS knowledge is those migrations we are not doing. So, but this SSIS may be useful for us for migrations. SSIS, RS is not required. SSIS. In SSIS, we have so many tasks are there. By using those tasks, we can migrate, but not compulsory. Uh, Depends on the client policy. Maybe sometimes they may use SSIS packages. Right, right. Understood, right, Amit? Right. Right. So check here, like HA means what? HA means making standby servers, making one standby server. DR means disaster recovery. Means DR features allows to avoid the data loss. Basically, remember high availability features are there to minimize the downtime by maintaining the standby server. DR features are there to minimize data loss scenarios. If suddenly disk failure happen, if database was corrupted suddenly, to avoid the data loss scenarios, we are using DR solutions. Okay, to make the database immediately up and running, we are using HA solutions. That we have to understand. Maybe initially some confusion may be there, no need to worry. Just I will repeat all these features again in detail practically. Just remember what are the features we are discussing as part of our course, like backups, security, automation, high availability features like log shipping, mirroring, always on, clustering, replication. All these features I will show you practically. Okay, so you can also practice in your laptops also. I will show you how to make the setup. You can also practice easily. Right. Then next one say like migrations are there, upgradations we have to perform. Migrating means converting from lower version to higher versions. Okay, I will show you performance tuning. If any performance issues are there, if the queries are taking long time, so backup is taking long time, replication is taking long time, so those performance issues we need to handle as a DBA. These are like major activities are there. If any confusion is there, just remember our job is monitoring and troubleshooting. One point, don't confuse anything. Monitoring and troubleshooting is our job as a DBA. Okay, why? Because actual data is there in database. We have to provide security for data. We have to maintain standby copies so that if production server something happen, we can make the applications to work with what? Standby copy. Right? So we have to monitor regularly. We have to automate various features. That is it. Maintenance is our job. Server and database maintenance is our job. Let's say we'll start with the SQL Server. Already maybe we are familiar. SQL Server is one of a RDBMS product developed by Microsoft, right? RDBMS product developed by Microsoft. See, currently in the market, so many RDBMS products are there in the market, right? Oracle, Sybase, DB2, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, various products are there. But today, say like most of the clients are preferring SQL Server. Why? Because its cost is very less. SQL Server cost is very less as compared with any RDBMS products. SQL Server cost is very less. Okay, so especially as compared with Oracle here, another major RDBMS product, SQL Server cost is very low. And Microsoft has their own cloud platform is there today, uh, Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure. So those that cloud platform is very with cloud platform also we are getting benefit for SQL Server. Right. One question is there: are we going to learn HADR with real-time scenarios? Yes, Farooq. So in every concept, suppose I'm discussing some log shipping, mirroring, always on replication. In every concept, we'll have five parts are there in every concept. Five parts. One is introduction part. Second one is prerequisite and architecture. Okay. Third one is practically discussing that concept practically. Fourth one is monitoring. Fifth one is troubleshooting. Okay, in every module we have these five parts. Why? Because troubleshooting is very important for us. I will share you soft copy material, also separate soft copy material like SQL DBA extra material. In that already have written if SQL DBA FAQs and scenarios. So here see chapter wise I have written here. Uh, first chapter is introduction and installation. So FAQs I have written step by step FAQs are there. Plus we have uh, troubleshooting is there here. Troubleshooting part is also there with us. Means installation, while installation what are the common errors we'll get, those common errors I will show you. Okay, so why? Because troubleshooting is very important for us. Yeah, I will share you all these soft copy materials. I will share you. Okay, right, no need to worry, I will share you all these soft copy materials what I'm discussing as part of our course. That's why extra copy of material I will show you, where in each module we have regularly used scripts are there, issues we'll discuss. Okay, that's why remember like we'll discuss almost all everything troubleshooting. Practically, I will show you. No need to worry, so that it becomes easy for us to work in the industry. Right. Right. Okay. So similarly, other people also they can ask me any questions are there. Parallelly, you can type in chat panel. Shiv Prasad, Sujita, Ken, Pawan, Rahul. Any simple doubts are there? You can type in the chat panel. Ajay, Bhaskar. So if any simple doubts are there, you can type. Okay. So hope you are just following me what I am discussing here. Right. Right. So check here, we'll start with introduction. First point, just I have shown you what we are going to handle as a DBA and what are the major responsibilities are there as a DBA. Our responsibilities are what? Monitoring and troubleshooting. As part of monitoring and troubleshooting, we have to check regularly performance issues, connectivity issues, downtime related issues, data loss scenarios, CPU issues, memory issues, IO issues we have to monitor regularly. Sujita is asking one question, how many days, how many hours? We'll talk about this, Sujita, at the last after 10 minutes. Just I will show you the content what we are going to discuss. Just I will note down main concepts I will show you. Plus we'll see that number of days and number of hours. Right. Right. So check here, like SQL Server, we know which is a RDBMS product developed by Microsoft. What we can do with SQL Server, observe here, we can create and manage databases. Okay. So our job is what? Creating and managing the databases is our job. So actually, once again, remember, we are not creating the databases. Our developers will create, but maintenance is our job. Maintenance, as part of maintenance, I think it is clear, right? Providing security, scheduling backups, maintaining one extra copy, standby copy, right? So checking if any performance issues are there, any connectivity issues are there, any downtime issues are there, that comes under your maintenance. Okay, database and server maintenance. Right. SQL Server supports BI features also, here business intelligence features. BI. Generally, we have SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services, reporting services, analysis services are there. By using these features are called BI features, business intelligence features of SQL Server. That's why we have to understand here in SQL Server, we have three types of jobs are there in SQL Server. Three types of jobs are there. One is there like we can work as a SQL Server DBA. First one is SQL Server developer. So we can work as SQL Server developer. Our job is here, see, creating databases, writing stored procedures, writing queries, everything. Once the development is done, once the testing is done, the databases are placed into production environment. Then we'll start working as a SQL Server DBA. Why? Because our job is maintenance. Once the databases are ready, once they are placed into production server, then we'll start working with those databases. As well as we have MSBI developers are there here. MSBI developers, Microsoft Business Intelligence developer. These are the different types of jobs are there here as part of SQL Server. Three types of jobs are there. But as part of our course, we are going to discuss this module where we can work as a SQL Server DBA whose job is maintenance. Maintenance. Right. So generally, see, every RDBMS supports two parts generally. One is non-procedural part is there, which is nothing but SQL commands. Second one is there's your procedural part where we have T-SQL. Generally, see, like SQL part is there where we have commands like we have seen, select, update, delete, some commands are there. Uh, but if want to write programs in SQL Server, we are using here T-SQL we are using. Transact structured query language we are using T-SQL. In general, remember in general, uh, in case of Arkle, maybe some people are familiar with Arkle. In case of Arkle, we have PLSQL, right? PLSQL to write the programs. Here we have TSQL. So why? Because remember, today's databases consist of data plus programs. 90% data is there. 10% programs are also there in today's databases. That's why to develop these programs or business logic, we are using this T-SQL, Transact Structured Query Language. Means what? Here we have some programs are there here in databases like stored procedure, functions, triggers, okay, packages. Some programs also we can write. Just remember, this is not our job. Once again, don't confuse. It is our developer's job, writing programs. Just I am saying what is the purpose of T-SQL we have to understand here. Right. And third important point is there here from today's class. First important point we have seen, we are going to handle backend part of your application. Second important point we have seen, our regular jobs is what? Monitoring and troubleshooting. Means what? Server and database maintenance is our job. Second point we have seen. This is your third important point. SQL Server supports two types of working environments. One is a standalone environment is there. Second one is a cluster environment. Two types of working environments are there in SQL Server. Standalone and cluster. Standalone means remember where we are maintaining single production server we are maintaining. All the applications or all the users are connected to same server. Single production server. Standalone environment. Okay, means what? It is for small scale applications like small schools are there, colleges are there, small supermarkets are there, so where the traffic is very less, right? But for medium and large scale applications, we can't maintain this standalone environment. We have to use compulsory cluster environment. Just remember today, Bank of America is using SQL Server, Citibank, Canara Bank here in India. Just now I have shown CIBC. CIBC, one of a bank in Canada. Previously in 2010, I think almost all 10 years back, I was supporting this client. They are using backend SQL Server. Okay, the same way, yes, bank. So today's year, most of the clients are preferring SQL Server, right? So suppose here like huge traffic is there, means if it is 24 by 7 application where huge traffic is there, we can't maintain a single production server, right? That's why we have to maintain a group of servers I am maintaining. This group of servers is called cluster. Minimum two are required. We can have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, how many we want. There is no upper limit in SQL Server. We can have how many servers we need. Just remember here see, instead of single server processing the queries, a group of servers are processing the queries. That's why, so performance benefits are there, right? So just for basic understanding, we have to understand cluster is like our customer care department, right? So like 10 people are sitting, whenever I am calling, immediately someone will pick the call, he will start answering. No need to wait in the queue. Lengthy queue is not there. We have to understand, right? Same thing, remember here also, cluster means we are maintaining a group of servers. All these servers are connected to each other, okay, and they are working with a virtual name and virtual IP. Like we have seen here in India, 121 is their phone number, 121 customer care number. Actually, it is not actual number, it is virtual number, just for redirecting purpose, call redirecting purpose. Right, same thing, remember cluster, just remember cluster is a group of servers which are connected to each other, which are working as a single server in the network. Means what, our users don't know how many servers are working in the background. For example, here Amazon.com or Amazon.in is there. If I maintain single production server, then how many queries it can process, right? Compulsory performance problems will be there. That's why, to avoid that problem in the background, as a DBA, we have to maintain a group of servers. That group of servers is called cluster. So I will show you practically all these concepts. I will show you practically. Okay, generally people they don't have infrastructure. They may not show you some concepts practically, but total concepts I will show you practically. So I have setup is there, as well as my laptop is also, it is workstation actually, Lenovo ThinkPad P51 with 64 GB RAM, very high-end laptop actually. So every concepts I will show you practically by creating multiple machines with VMware, right? So let's say we'll see how we can check whether we are working in a standalone environment or cluster environment, and how we are working as a DBA. Check here, to work as a DBA or to work with SQL Server, remember, we are using one tool called SQL Server Management Studio. See here, fourth important point, we have to understand how we are connecting and working as a DBA, how we are connecting and working as a DBA. So by using one tool called SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, so by using this tool, we can connect to the server. The server may be there in same laptop, or it may be there in anywhere in the world. We can connect. Check here. So I'm trying to connect by using SSMS. I will show you all this setup. I will show you how to create the setup in our laptop. I will show you in detail. No need to worry. Just check here. So I'm trying to connect to one of my server with the name IT school. It may be any name may be there. Just connect. Connected successfully here. I have connected successfully to one of my server, IT school, any name. This is here SQL Server 15.0, 15.0 version it is showing, 2019 version. Just remember, our latest version is 2019 version. Okay, so in this server we have some databases are there. We can configure replication, we can configure always on, we can schedule the replication. Okay, so we can configure, we can schedule the activities by creating jobs directly. So all those activities we can perform. One of the major benefit of SQL Server is here, directly graphically we can perform the tasks here. No need to write commands compulsory. Graphically we can perform the task, as well as by writing the command also we can perform. By writing the commands also we can perform here. We can use this option, new query option. By using new query option we can write the command also. I will show you. Let me check whether it is a cluster environment or a standalone environment. See here,
properties is clustered false, it is saying. See here, means what? It is a standalone environment, means the queries which are submitted to this server are processed by single machine in the background, single server in the background. We have to understand, right? So now check here, we can see by, we can run simple commands also. Select @ version. Always remember, after typing the command, select the command, execute. See here, check here, it is showing SQL Server 2019 version, it is 15.0 version. We have previous versions are there, 2017 version is it, 2016 version is it, 2014 various versions are there, 2012, 2008 R2 various versions are there. One important point we have to understand, from SQL Server 2017 onwards, uh, our SQL Server works in any platform. Any platform means what? It may be Windows or Linux or Mac, any platform. Okay, so that's why, like uh, that's why now our SQL Server is platform independent now. Okay, right. So one question is there. So there are multiple databases like test master or customized created databases, etc. Can we set some database cluster and some? Yes, yes, correct. Multiple databases are there. Here, there, I think maybe database cluster, maybe you're talking in MySQL or PostgreSQL. I think I can imagine, but here it is different. Cluster is different here. I will explain again. Okay, right. So multiple databases we can maintain here as independently. Right. So that is like how we can check, how we can work with command. We can check here by using the command also whether we are working in standalone environment or clustered environment. Check here, is clustered false, it is saying, means it is standalone environment. I will show you maybe tomorrow's class cluster environment also. Already it is ready in my machine. Understood, right? How we are connecting and working. Suppose I will connect to one of my production servers here. So one of my production server I am connecting with the IP address here. Even we can connect to the server with IP also, static IP. See here, this is my one of a production server which is there in US, and it is 12.0 version. It is showing 2014 version it is. Okay, and you see here very clearly, you can understand. If you see here green icon, it is a standalone server, means like local server actually, which is there in my laptop. If you see question mark here, see, it is a remote server. Means what? This server is not there in my laptop, it is there somewhere in the network. Just I have connected here in my machine. Question mark is there here. Like that we can identify whether we are working with local server or remote server easily, right? That is like let's say we'll see like again same summary is there. Whenever the user makes some transaction, first request is submitted to web server or application server. That web server will submit the request to our SQL server, which is production server. This server works with the data present in the database, right? So by using which commands? SQL commands, right? So that's why we know that SQL structured query language, it is a common database language supported by every RDBMS, right? Structured query language, common database language. It may be Oracle, it may be SQL Server, or it may be MySQL. All these supports the SQL commands. Okay, so which is a common database language. Right. So this is my production server. This is my database is there. Uh, we have seen like SQL Server supports some high availability features like log shipping, DB mirroring, always on, always on. Okay, so by using these features, we can maintain same copy of database in different servers here as it is copy. Means what, we have to set up one time, it is going on, it is going on in the background automatically. Okay, we need to set up one time. Okay, that is our job, and we have to monitor whether the features are working or not. Parallelly, we have to monitor. Already we have seen, as a DBA, our job is what, monitoring and troubleshooting is our job, right? So all these, remember, all these features purpose is same. All these features purpose is same, to maintain duplicate copy of database in different server. Okay, these features are also called as high availability features. High availability means what? Highly available. Even tomorrow this server crash, no problem. Immediately applications can continue their transactions here with the standby servers. Right, but major differences are there between these features. We'll see in the next class. Just remember, always on is the feature which we are preferring today. Always on is the latest feature which we are preferring today. I will show you so many tickets are there which we have worked with different clients. I will show you as part of our course. Okay, right. So all these features already have said, I will show you practically. You can also practice in your laptop. Right. So that's to say, like various same Farooq, like we can apply the patches actually, uh, same similar to Arkil. If somebody are working as Arkil DBS, maybe Farooq is also working as Arkil DB. I will send you one PPT, differences between Arkil and SQL Server. If somebody is Arkil, yeah, yes, for yeah. If any other people are there in our batch, I will share you differences between Arkil and, means what are the architecture differences are there. Then what is in Arkil table space is there. Here we have file groups. So in Arkil we have data guard, active data guard. Here we have always on and mirroring. Those things I will share you. This PPT I will share you if somebody are Arkil DBS. Arkil processes, down we have SQL Server processes. So Arkil client database interaction, SQL client database interaction, Arkil background processes, SQL Server background processes. Like that, say, like it will be useful for us. I will share you once we start the class. Right. Check here. We have to understand here. Primary servers are there. Standby servers are there. So anything happen tomorrow, anything happen, immediately we'll get the email notification. See, as a DBA, we are sitting here in Chennai office or Hyderabad office or Mumbai office, right? So if anything happen, we'll get immediately email notification. That's why in SQL Server we have one concept called DB mail, database mail. Once we configure this concept, automatically we'll get email notification. Then we'll connect to the server. Just email notification is nothing but what, ticket. Then we'll connect to the server, we can start troubleshooting. Okay, so that is like our job. Monitoring and troubleshooting is our job. We can use so many ticketing tools we are using here. Whenever a team is there, for team coordination purpose, we are using different ticketing tools. Today most of the clients are using one ticketing tool, ServiceNow. Right, right. So actually, say like I will write articles to different websites, like configuring database mail in SQL Server. My article is there in fourth place, maybe. So configuring database mail in SQL Server, very long back I have written, almost all 7 years back. Step by step, same thing I will share you, as well as my blog is there. azure-sql.blogspot.com. So you can see here already you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Already have put some recordings also. You can see up to what extent I'm going to cover by seeing some recordings if you want. Means if you are unable to decide. Right, right. So last point we'll see, we'll conclude the session. As a DB, our major responsibilities are there. We should take care that there should be no downtime. Okay, means what? There should be no downtime. Always database and server must be available to the users. Right. That's why to avoid downtime, we have seen we are going to configure high availability features. We are going to configure. Then no security related issues, no data loss scenarios. To avoid data loss scenarios, we have seen that we are scheduling backups. We have to schedule. Backups will schedule. No performance issues, no connectivity issues, installing and configuring SQL Server. Okay, but remember installing and configuring is not regular job. Once you enter in the organization, already everything is available. Then patching SQL servers here. Patching. Patching is nothing but applying the service packs, hot fixes. We'll see that practically in module 2. Monitoring error log is very, very important. Here we have error logs are there. In Oracle we have alert logs. Here we have error logs. If anything happen, remember in SQL Server, suppose log shipping is not working, backups are not working, anything happen, SQL Server will write very clear message in SQL Server logs. Here in the current log, we can see that error message. It will write very clear message. What is the reason why this error is there? Depends on that we can plan for troubleshooting. Understood, right? Our regular job is troubleshooting. That's why regularly we have to work with error logs. Right. And we have to see all the scheduled activities are working or not. Okay, all the scheduled activities are working or not, we have to check regularly. That's why in the summary we have to understand, don't confuse anything. Our regular job is monitoring and troubleshooting, and database and server maintenance is our job. So if you are planning to write any Microsoft exams also, you can write after completion of our course. For SQL Server DBA, we have two papers are there, 70764, which is core DBA, means all the database admin concepts they will test here. 70765 is there. It is implementing SQL Server in Microsoft Azure, means cloud platform, cloud computing platform. So if we finish both the exams, actually for each exam we'll get MCP. Once you finish both the exams, we'll get MCSA, Microsoft Solutions Associate. So okay, so a certified solution associate will get MCSA once we finish these two exams. But as part of our course, we are going to target this exam. You can write this exam after completion of the course. I will provide you completely support. So separate book I will provide you, exam related book. Plus I will check if any dumps are there. I will provide you the dumps to write the exam if you are interested. Right. Right. Let's say we'll summarize the class, today's class. First point we have to understand as part of today's class. We'll summarize. First one here, like as a SQL Server DBA, our job is server and database maintenance. Means what? As for server and database maintenance, regularly we have to perform monitoring and troubleshooting. That's why for troubleshooting, we need in-depth knowledge is required. I will try to discuss almost all everything, all the architectures I will discuss, and I will try to discuss the hidden concepts of this SQL Server also, so that it becomes easy for you while working. Right, right. Second point, remember, SQL Server supports SQL Server. Already we have seen SQL Server is an RDBMS product. developed by Microsoft. We have SQL is there as well as T-SQL is there here to write the programs. Then next one we have seen SQL Server supports two types of working environments, right? So two types of working environments. One is standalone environment where we have single production server. Okay, single production server. Second one is cluster environment where we have group of servers. Then we have seen that we are using one tool called SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio, just to connect and work with the server. We can use some third-party tools, Toad or any tool also we can use. Last point, remember, SQL Server supports some high availability features like log shipping or transaction log shipping, database mirroring. Just remember all these features purpose is what? To maintain duplicate copy of databases so that if something happen in production, immediately users can start working with the standby servers. Right. So as part of our course, I think you can request them the course content, but just I will show you main points I will list out here what we are going to discuss. So we'll start with introduction and we'll see installation in first module. Then in second module, we'll see configuration. Once the installation is done, what are the features we are going to configure? Then we'll see working with databases. Here we'll see database architecture, everything we'll see here. After that, say like we'll work with backups and restores. Then we'll work with security module. Then we'll see automation, how to automate everything by creating jobs, alerts, maintenance plans. Automation we'll see. After that, we'll start with high availability features. Like we'll see log shipping, DB mirroring, always on, as well as we have replication. Then we'll see performance tuning. We'll see. After that, we'll see clustering. After that, we'll see upgradation and migration scenarios, migrations, and almost all the troubleshooting concepts we'll discuss, like how to troubleshoot the CPU related issues, memory related issues, IO related issues, slow running queries. Okay, so how to troubleshoot blocking, deadlock scenarios, how to troubleshoot the error logs, something. A flashback concept is not there here, but we can implement indirectly. I will show you as part of backup and restores. Database snapshot, some other concepts are there here, right? So these are say like main modules are there. Actually, headings have listed actually. So we'll see elaborated all the concepts are there. You can just ask them; they will share you. Okay, if in total concepts they will share you contents copy. So what we are going to discuss as part of our course, right? So already I have said for each chapter wise, I will share you soft copy material. I will share you along with the lab exercises, step by step lab exercises along with that. Suppose as part of first module, I will share you one lab exercises copy like how to start installation from the web, how we can download, how we can perform step by steps here. Basic installation is there, custom installation is there. So I will share you everything. Okay, so that's why remember recorded sessions will provide as well as this notes I will provide you as soft copy material. Third one, I will provide you lab, step by step lab I will provide you. Okay, so where we going to download soft copy, we'll provide you Madhu like to your email IDs. Our people will share you soft copy materials. Okay, I will share to our people. They will provide you. Right. So this is the summary, today's class summary. I think, hope you understood the class. So anyhow, I will have recorded the session. I will share to you again. Okay. So if any queries are there, any questions are there, please type in the chat panel. I will try to answer. Means our course here generally initially first week will take a daily timing. Madhu is asking. So actually 8 o'clock same time we are planning, or we can, if some people are working, we can make 8:30 also. 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. IST. Initially for 3 4 days we'll go till the registrations are done, or 1 week 8 to 9. Later we'll increase sometime 8 to 9:30. After that this course will go for almost all for we need 45 to 50 hours are required for us. So that's why almost all 30 to 35 classes of 1.5 hour classes. Okay. Right. So if you take 2 hours class, we can finish in 1 month, but we'll go slowly step by step. No need to worry. Fast track will plan, Farooq. I will let you know. Paul is asking one question. So we'll be creating VM machines on Azure cloud or in our local system. Both the options are available, Kent. In our local machine also we can create. Okay, or in the VM, you can create a free subscription. You can create the VM machines in the cloud also. Check here, in my laptop already have created so many VM machines in my local machine with the VMware. I can work here. The same thing, how we can set up all these things, I will show you practically. All right. Both the options are there. In Azure also you can create. If you have less RAM in the machine, we can create in Azure also, but in local machine itself we can create. Right. Okay. Any other people? If any simple doubts are there, please ask me. Nothing is there. Okay. Srijita, any queries are there? Feel free to ask. Any simple doubt is there, immediately we have to ask. Already have said. I can answer all, any queries what you want. No need to worry. Right. So uh, 15 days work from home. Right. Yeah, Farooq, I think as our protocol, I can't provide my number. You can talk to our front of our office people. They will provide you. We have to, even I am senior trainer or admin, I can't violate this. Yeah, I think you hope understand. Right. But you can talk to them, they will provide you. There is no issue. Right. Is your classes enough to become DBA? Madhu is asking very good question. Already have said, Madhu, these are enough for us. Why? Because in-depth course I'm going to cover, just not what is what. Right, already have said, even you can work as experienced TB up to 3 to 4 years experience you can put, you can work. Will you provide job opportunities? Yes, our friend's team is there. They will help you preparing the profiles, sending your profile to some companies. They will support you definitely. That, but you make it clarity from our friend's team. Okay, my job is to make you very good in the knowledge, technically very sound. Okay, so directly we have like you can upload your resume or profile in various job portals. You can start searching also directly. But while searching, if any interview related, if you are facing any problem, that I can handle. Okay, no need to worry. Right. Paul, you are attending from which place? Kent, Paul. Noida, very good. Thank you. Any other questions are there from any other people? We are planning to go tomorrow also same timing. We'll continue with the same timing. Later we can adjust some up and down, no problem, according to all people, but we'll stick to this timing. Otherwise, confusion will be there to other people. 8 o'clock. Same 8 to 9 will take initially. Okay. So these 3 days will take 8 to 9. Monday to Saturday will take classes. Okay. Right. Any other queries are there? Any people? Uh, Monday to Saturday, right? It is correct. Okay. So right then, I will conclude the session. We'll continue again tomorrow. Meanwhile, I will ask our people to send you the soft copy material along with today's class. Okay. I think no questions are there from other people. Bhaskar, any questions are there? Feel free to ask any simple doubts are there according to our related to our course. Our friendest people also will help you if anything you want. Any queries are there? Okay, right. Right then, thank you for attending your class. Like be safe, take care. Bye.